All right, drone video of tract 3 at the Mule Shoe Project by the Mule Shoe Conservation Area. We're toward the west side of the property, and we're actually looking westerly now. We didn't launch the drone on the county road. We actually are back in about 300 feet on the property, and that's where we launched the drone. So as we look westerly, in a moment you should see the county road. It's there, you just can't see it yet. It's toward the bottom of the screen. Off in the distance, you've got the Niangua River. If you look to the left, you can see it. There we go. There we go. As well as the Mule Shoe Conservation Area. So the conservation area is within just a few hundred feet of the property. And that's a couple thousand acres of additional land. We're looking at the Little Niangua River, which flows through the conservation area. So that's generally open for hunting and camping and fishing and all kinds of good stuff. So that's extremely close to the property. It unfortunately was a cloudy day when this video was taken, but we're still going to get a pretty good look at it, I believe. So as we look down westerly, you can see the county road, and now straight down at the west side of the property. Basically all wooded, might be a few natural openings. Tons of different species of trees. This is an early spring photo. Over to the right, you can see the old house that's on a separate tract. That's on a tract to the north of this one on tract 2. So we're looking west, but we're flying backwards. We're flying east as we look at more and more of the property below us. And again, you can see the Little Niangua River off to the left there, and part of the conservation area. Extremely heavily wooded property. Look at that. Mostly hardwood. We saw red oak, white oak, hickory trees. We saw quite a few nut trees, walnut trees, and pecan and some other nuts we couldn't identify. And I think we're going to get nice and low and fly back. Topography on tract 3 is pretty good, actually. From the county road on the west side, it rises up for the first couple hundred feet, levels off, and you've got a fairly large level area. And then as you keep going easterly, it slopes back down. You've got a valley just east of the center. That's kind of what we're looking at now. We're looking west, but you can see that valley. And then as you continue east, we're backing up to the east. There's that little creek bed which crosses over the northeast corner of the property. And we actually have a ground video of that. So we'll try to post that to the listing page as well if we can track that down. We got it pretty recently. So now as we go down in the lower area, looking for that little creek bed, fewer leaves are on the trees. It's cooler in those lower areas, so it takes a little longer for the leaves to come out on the trees. And it's tricky to find creek beds with the drone because it just takes a few leaves to come out to totally obscure a small creek bed. But it was very pretty. We're quite certain it's a seasonal creek. It doesn't flow all year, but it was flowing nicely when we were out there, and it was gorgeous. So now we're headed back westerly, and there's that other valley. As we look westerly, that's the valley that we were talking about. You'll see that on the topo map. And from there, it's going to rise up and level off. That's the valley. Probably some super cool rock formations in the base of that valley. And that could even be the location of another very small creek bed in that valley. That's possible too. We're seeing sycamore trees. We're seeing cedar trees. So many different species. Gorgeous property. Now you can see, as we keep looking west, going up the other side of the valley, and you can actually see where it leveled off. And this does have that fairly large level area toward the west side of the property. So it is one of the tracts that does have some nice level area that's set back from the road, where you could potentially, if you wanted a large level yard or a campsite, you might be able to do that on this one. Does rise up a little bit coming off the county road. We don't think it's too bad, but take a look at the ground video and see what you think about that. So now we're back at the west side at the county road. Good access to the property on the county maintained road. It's County Road 525. Now looking southerly, property's on the left side of the road. And then on the right side, just a few hundred feet in front of us, is the conservation area. You can see the Niangua River off to the right as well. The conservation area has some cool campsites, so you've got the opportunity possibly to have a place to camp for a week or two when you come to visit the property if you haven't created a driveway. And now we're checking out, we've spun back around and we're facing east. And the property, of course, starts directly on the other side of that county road that we're looking at. So there's a pretty good shot showing the mixture of timber. Good sized tract. It's about 10 acres in size. Great to see that county road frontage. Great to have that electric nearby. Electric is less than a quarter mile from the property. We're about 20 miles or so east of Camdenton, Missouri, which is the kind of the big city at the Lake of the Ozarks. We're a little over an hour north of Springfield, Missouri. And it's getting cloudier and cloudier as the video goes on. We've got a big cloud directly overhead right now. And it looks like that's going to be about it for the drone video. So check out the other videos. If you have any questions, let us know. Have a very limited number of these tracks. And this does look like a good one. So there's the Niangua River, Little Niangua River off in the distance. Gorgeous property.